Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, Facebook. How are you all doing this evening? This wonderful Tuesday evening. How's everybody doing? I am so excited to be with you all to spend this time. And as we continue this kind of like this series that we started on the top three secrets to prayer and fasting. Top three secrets to prayer and fasting. So tonight is part three. We're gonna talk about that. Say hi, say hello when you come on the live. If you are catching the replay, put hashtag replay. Let me know who's here. I love to know who's watching. Say hi, say hello. Let me know who is here. If we haven't met yet, I'm Enock Denis with Kingdom Living Secrets and the author of Prayer and Fasting, Seeking God's Will for His Kingdom. I can believe I don't have a book right next to me, but it's somewhere here. I'm gonna get a book really quick so I can show you. All right, here we go. So that is the book, Prayer and Fasting, Seeking God's Will for His Kingdom. If you haven't claimed your free copy yet, please go ahead and do that. Enockdenis.com, and get your free copy of the book. Just covers small fee for shipping and handling if you are in the US. International, just go to the link that says international, and then I'll let you know what you can do. Okay, but if you are international, you are outside of the US, please do not order the physical copy, because I will not send it to you. Shipping for international is overly, yeah, really expensive. Anyway, so let's get it right. Let's get down to business. The third part of the part three of the top secrets to seeking God's will for His of three secrets, the top three secrets to prayer and fasting. I'm sorry, I was saying the title of the book. There is something very interesting. I know the first time we talked about was that the first secret to prayer and fasting is listening, right? It's listening. Prayer and fasting allows us to actually be able to simply listen to God, right? To listen to God, being able be at the place where we can actually listen. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we are able to we get a plan when we go pray to pray and fast over the 3 or more days. We actually hear from God. We can get a plan from God. We get to know His will, so that we can do His will on earth as it is in heaven. That's how we get God to reveal His will to us. When we go to prayer and fasting, that's how we get God to reveal His will to us, whether it's His will for our marriage, for our children, for our health, for our businesses, for our community. Whatever it is, we can go to God and get His will. That's how He made that's how He can, like, He will have the time to actually have us in a place where we can listen, right? It's to our benefit. Prayer and fasting is definitely totally to our benefit, because this is the only time that we can actually be still, right? We can be still and just listen and let God be God. All right, so that was the first one. The second one is that when we listen, then God gave us something. He gave us His plan. He gave us he gives us His whatever He wants us to do, His will. And as Jesus said, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. How do we do His will on earth if we don't know it? Right? How does His will be done on earth? For His will to be done on earth, that means someone has to do it. We have to do it. For us to do it, we have to know it. For us to know His will, we have to hear it from Him. To hear it from Him, we have to set the time to listen to Him, right? And then when we set the time we listen to Him, then He can tell us His will. And then we can go ahead and execute His will on earth as it is in heaven. So the third secret to prayer and fasting is actually something that is found in Isaiah 58. The third secret to prayer and fasting, it's found it's in Isaiah 58. Now, here's why this is so very important and powerful. Isaiah 58 is a chapter that is about prayer and fasting. So it starts with God reproaching the people because they thought they were doing all things right, and then they thought it was their rights to go to pray and fast and to seek God. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Your things are not in order, so you don't have that privilege, right? That privilege to come and pray and fast. This is a privilege for a citizen that actually has, making sure that they are aligned with the principles of the kingdom, right? Make sure they are aligned with the kingdom. It's not just like you just want to show up and then the king will say, yes, I'm here to listen. I'm here for you for those three or so many days. It was like, no. You get aligned and then come, right, for those days. So basically was telling them, okay, those are some of the things that before you go pray and fast, take care of all these things, right? The stop oppression, stop printing fingers, stop talking, lying, and whatever that is bad. Stop those things, right? And then when you stop those things, also be live in love with your other people, right? With your neighbors, care for them. If whatever they need, they need food, they need clothing, they need a place to stay. Take care of people, right? Take care of those in need. So that God was like, okay, do those things, right? When you do those things, those are like basically kingdom life. That's almost like a lifestyle in the kingdom, right? Caring for other people who don't have anything, or not lying, not stealing, not doing those kind of things. That's the way we live in the kingdom, right? So God was telling them in Isaiah 58, get those things in order, and then you will have the privilege, the citizen privilege, to come and ask the king for a few days of audiences. So basically, that's what Isaiah 58 is saying. And then at the end of it, God is saying, okay, now when you do these things and then you come to fast, this is what's gonna happen. And after you have prayed and fasted, this is going to be the next thing that you're going to see, right? So by the way, if you come on the live now, say hi, say hello, let me know you guys are here. If you catch the replay, put #replay, and share this live. Share it so that someone else will benefit hearing this. If you are blessed by it, guess what? Someone else. At least there's one more other person that you know who will be blessed by hearing this as well. So let them know. Share the blessing. So and God was telling them, when you go to pray and fast, now those things will happen. He will hear from them. And then at the end of Isaiah 58, this is the third secret to prayer and fasting, right? Is that there are certain things in life, and in the book I elaborate on that a little bit more in the book, even though I feel like I could go a lot deeper, but that would probably be a whole other book talking about the covenants that prayer and fasting allow us to break. The things that prayer and fasting allow us to break, and the things that prayer and fasting allow us to repair, right? So I talk about that in the book as well. When you get the book, you'll see it in the book. So in Isaiah 58, what is kind of like the last part of Isaiah 58 that is so powerful? We can see the benefits of prayer and fasting, or the secret, right? A third secret to prayer and fasting is that it says in Isaiah 58, verse is that 11? So it says that you will be like a well-watered garden. I don't like this version that I'm reading from. Sincerely. But that's what I have with me now. I left my study Bible at home. I don't like this version that I'm reading from, the English I don't like it. But in essence, what does it say? It said that you will be like a well-watered garden, a gurgling spring that never runs dry, right? So give me just a moment. I can't with this language. I can't. Let me get my laptop so I can use I can get like a New King James version or the NIV instead of this version. Give me just a second. Okay, so here I am. I apologize. I think I do have some preferences for the version, and especially a version where it makes it easy to understand, and also not losing the original meaning of what is being said. So let's go um, to Isaiah 58, okay? Isaiah 58, and we're going all the way down to verse to verse 11, okay? All the way down to verse 11. And it says, "The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose water never fail." Okay? So that's what will happen after you have prayed and fasted, right? You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose water never fail. Here's the thing. A well-watered garden. A garden is not to the benefit of the garden. Let me say it again. The garden is not to the benefit of the garden. The garden is to the benefit of those who will come and eat from the garden. Okay? If you have a garden, the garden doesn't benefit from anything. You who go and eat from the garden, you benefit from it. So if after praying and fasting, one of the things that happen is that you will be like a well-watered garden. What does that mean? That means God is going to use you for other people to get something, right? So he's going to use you so that you are able to be like a well-watered garden to feed other people. That doesn't mean feeding literally, right? Because you are not a literal garden. But this is to show you how it's like a purpose. It's like a mission. When you pray and fast, you will live on your purpose. You will be achieving your mission, your assignments, because God will show you things. God will show you, right? So you will be a well-watered garden that will impact the lives of other people, like a spring whose water never fail. Again, the water in the spring is not to the benefit of the spring. It's to the benefit of the people who will come and draw water out of the spring, right? So when you pray and fast, after you have prayed and fasted, those are the things that God said will happen, right? Will happen. And continue on verse 12. Your people will rebuild ancient ruins and will raise up old age foundation. You will be repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. After you have prayed and fasted, you will be repair of broken walls, right? In the New King James Version, it said you will be the repair of the breach, right? And there have been so many breaches in our family lineage. So many walls have been broken in our family lineage, right? I don't know for you what it is. It may be that I call them some of them we can literally call them curses, right? Curses, or covenant that were made that were not supposed to be made that we have to break. And prayer and fasting allow us to do those things, right? It may be that we come from a lineage of family where marriages just keep on breaking. Marriages, you're like, how did that happen? Well, guess what? You want to break that path. You want to actually repair that wall, because that is a breach, right? That is a breach, and that breach has become a curse, right? Where if you look, you see, oh, wait a minute, my great grandma and grandpa, they got divorced, or they were never married. They lived together. They had like he had like 3 baby mamas. She had like 3 baby daddies, and they couldn't make it work. They had to go their separate ways. And my dad and my mom, they were not even together. And if you're looking at all these things, you can see, wait a minute, there is a breach that was broken in my family lineage that need to be repaired, right? That breach needs to be repaired. And this is what God is saying. When you pray and fast, you will become that repairer of the breach, right? You will become the repairer of that breach. You will restore those things. It may be health-wise. And this is why praying and fasting about something specifically is so powerful, right? Let's say about health. Some of us come from family lineage where people has been having cancer for generations, or high blood pressure, whatever it was, for generations. And then we take it as if, well, it's just normal. It's just normal. I'm just waiting for my turn. And I know I'm going to get it. My mom had it. My dad had it. This one had it. That one had it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be that way. And this is one of the reasons why, if we teaching young people to pray and fast, teaching people to pray and fast at a younger age is even more important, because they learn those principles, they can apply them and start breaking those breaches, start restoring those streets, those dwellings at an earlier age, right? At an earlier age, they can start repairing those things, right? So somebody put a hashtag restore for me on the chat. Hashtag restore. So you can restore things on your family that has been in your family lineage, right? Some of them, they are covenant, they are curses, because the way people ate, we don't see those things as curses or bad covenant. But guess what? A lot of them, they are. People have been like, if you sometimes we come from a family where everybody has been obese. Your great grandma was obese. Great grandpa was obese, right? Grandma, they were obese. Mom and dad were obese. And then you're just waiting for your turn to be obese as well. That's a curse. That's a covenant that they made with food. They made a covenant with food. It's rarely people get obese, and it has to do with some kind of dysfunction in something. A lot of time it's just the covenant that we made with food. We made a covenant with food. We overeat all the time. We eat bad food all the time. We eat bad things all the time. And then, you see it happening. Guess what? When you pray and fast, if you pray and fast about your health, and then you are searching for God's will, His already revealed will in the scriptures, and what you are going to find in the scriptures, things about health. And then you're going to be like, wait a moment. This is contrary to my reality right now. So I need to step back and actually do the will of God when it comes to my health. We don't see it that way. We think the will of God is only do the will of God. Don't lie, don't kill, don't steal. But we don't think of it as it's a lot more than that, right? It's a lot more than that. We can restore our health. If we go pray and fast, we see the revealed will of God. And then as we pray and fast about our health, talking to God about our specifically for God to reveal to you, to me specifically, things about my health, things about your health, guess what's going to happen? God is going to reveal things to you that, hey, you have, that you need to be taken care of, and this is how you take care of it. Guess what? This, it will be a major turn. This you will restore, you will repair. You can repair your genes. Not because like so and so, grandpa, great grandpa, grandma, and then your parents, they had diabetes, meaning that you have to have it. You have to pass it down. No, you can repair it. That can stop with you, right? It can stop with you. That cancer can stop with you. That high blood pressure can stop with you. You can definitely repair your health, and then so that you, that wall, that bridge that was broken, you can repair it. That was health. You can repair it. And now the next generation doesn't have to worry about, hey, we're just gonna be waiting for our turn to get high blood pressure, right? To get diabetes because our parents had it, we're gonna have it as well, right? So those are the things that it's saying here, is that we can actually restore, we can rebuild things that has been broken, things that have been broken in our generations, in our family line, that we can repair those things. Some of us it's relationships, right? Some of us is that we grew up and we never seen two people being in a good relationship, right? I know that's a fact for me. I didn't grow up with my mom nor my dad. They were each in a separate place, and I know they were not together because my dad has his wife. So I grew up in a household where I didn't see a husband and wife in the house. And around me, there were so many examples around me as well. But one of the things that I knew, I did not want to continue on that path. I didn't want to continue that on that path. I wanted to repair that bridge, right? That was a bridge that I wanted to repair, so that my kids can grow up and see a functional family. They can grow up and see what does it mean to live in a loving home with a mom and a dad. And they can see like the power of that. They can get all, they can have another mindset. I wanted that for them, right? So I remember when I was like, kind of like, not before I was married, actually. That was before, well, that's a long story, but in essence, my wife and I, we were boyfriend and girlfriend before, and then we got separated. Then we came back we came back. But before we came back, I was actually, I was at that stage in my life where I was like, okay, I think I want to get back with her. If not, whoever is gonna be the next person, that has to be the person that I'm going to marry. Not that I was out there and getting, and having girlfriends all, but it was like, okay, I can see the next level of my life, and this is what I want to make sure that I'm married. And I have my stepmom. She's no longer with us, but she was a powerful woman of prayer, and we would pray all the time. And I prayed and fasted because I knew I wanted whoever is that person that I'm gonna meet, that I will marry to. I like the things that I've seen in my family. I don't want those things to be repeated. Like, if we're gonna marry, I want to get married once, and I want to make sure that the person that I'm married to is we are equally yoked, and then we have the same mentality. We can move forward together. So, to me, that was the moment where I went to that to pray and fasted and break that and repair that bridge, right? I repaired that bridge. So I know there are so many other things. It's not like one prayer and fasting is gonna allow you to to repair everything, to restore everything. No, that's not how it works. That's why prayer and fasting is supposed to be something continually in our lives, right? It's not something you do once, but that's why you should keep on doing, keep on praying and fasting about different things, about health, just health, right? That way you can get the revelation you need to repair and to restore your health, so that the next generation doesn't have to inherit certain things, right? Same for business, same for marriage, same for your children, whatever it is. You can go ahead and pray and fast it about it and see that great things happen. So that is one of the powerful, one of the great secrets of prayer and fasting. If you feel like there has been things in your family lineage that has been almost like a curse, do a prayer and fast. Like, I do a prayer and fast. I can assure you that God will hear you. He will provide you with the knowledge, with the understanding that you need to break that curse. To break that curse. A lot of times I know we say, like, I like giving people principles, right? I like giving people principles because principles allow you to go ahead, take things in your own hands and go apply it. This is one of the things that the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they had issues with Jesus for, because Jesus was giving the people principles, and he was giving things like he was putting them in charge of their lives. It's your faith, right? It's your faith that has healed you. It's your faith. But on the other end, the religious leaders, they wanted people to come to them as if like they have it. They are the one, like, if you come to me, then I do this for you. But Jesus was like, it's not even me, it's actually your faith. And those are principles. Go apply this, go do this, go do that, go apply this in your life, and then see the changes. That's what Jesus was doing. So this is why my mission is to follow that same path and give people principles, give you things so that you can apply over and over. I will not do any decree over you, because a decree doesn't change your mindset, right? A decree doesn't. If I decree something, if I declare something over you, guess what? I can do it all I want. If you go back the next night, you go back to your same lifestyle, the decree doesn't mean anything at that point, right? Let's say you have it's diabetes, right? You have diabetes, or your parents had diabetes, and I decree that it will not come to you. And then you go home and then you eat all greasy food, you eat a whole bunch of cheese and all these kind of things. The decree doesn't mean anything, right? The decree doesn't mean anything. Those things are almost like miracles, right? Almost like miracles, right? You can do a miracle for someone and heal them from something, but if that doesn't mean they will not get sick again, because the miracle doesn't stop from eating bad food, right? But the principles will get in. They will get the principles. They will cherish the principles. They will put the principles in their hearts, and once they do that, then they will live by it. They will start applying the principles that will keep them from eating bad food. And when they stop eating bad food, then they will stop getting sick, right? They will stop getting sick. They will stop passing to the next generation bad genes. They can repair their genes and not passing down bad genes to the next generation, right? So this is what prayer and fasting actually does for you. It allows you to get the principles, get those things from God. When you read it, you see, okay, this is what the revealed will of God says, and then this is what God tells me personally, specifically, that has to do in my case, and then I apply it, and then changes happen, right? So That's basically it. By the way, if you have any questions, put them in the chat for me. Any questions, any comments as well, right? Any questions, any comments, put them in the chat for me. Let me know how I can serve you. Any questions that I can answer for you, put it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer. And of course, there are other people on the live that can actually give an answer as well. But in essence, for today, the third part of the third secret to prayer and fasting is that prayer and fasting allows you to repair and to restore things that have been broken in your generational lineage, in your family lineage, right? There are things that things that have been broken. It allows you to restore them, to repair them, right? When you go and pray and fast about your health, and then you see the things that God says about health, and then you look, you're like, oh, okay, so this is why we have such, disease trait coming down to our family lineage. So that's going to start with me. I'm going to start applying the principles of God and make sure that I don't pass them to the next generation. I don't do them, and I'll teach my next generation how to do things correctly, right? How to eat correctly so that they don't fall into that same category. They don't keep breaking the health walls. They don't keep breaking that wall of health, right? So prayer and fasting allows you to do just that, right? See, if I just do a decree, I just declare something on you, you can't pass it to the next generation. You cannot teach it to the next generation. You can't, right? This is why those things are temporary, very temporary. But principles, knowledge, understanding, those things are not. You can learn it, you can pass it, you can share it to the next generation. They can share it to the next generation, right? You can actually apply it. All right. So principles last. Principles last. Learn the principles of whatever it is. Marriage, learn God's principles for marriage. Health, learn God's principles for health. Right? Your children, learn God's principles for your children. Business, learn God's principles for your business. Go to a prayer and fast for your business, right? For your ministry, the same thing. For your community, you want to get involved in your community, go do a 3-day or more of prayer and fasting to learn from God. How do you get involved in your community, right? Whether it's involvement into going into politics, running for office, go do that. Spend a few days in prayer and fasting and learn God's principles for involving in your community, for being an elected official. Go and do that. You see how there's so many things that we can pray and fast for. This is not something you do once and then you're done, but it's something that is a lifestyle. It's part of our life, Whatever we're gonna do, we want to hear from God. What does He want? What is His will for that? So we can do His will on earth as the angels do His will in heaven. All right. So that's all I have for tonight. That's all I have for tonight. And the message for tonight, remember, prayer and fasting allow us to restore and to repair things that have been broken in our lives or in our family lineage. Prayer and fasting allow us to do just that. Okay? So, last thing that I would say is that I think I say that all the time. Principles last, right? Principles last for a long time, if not even forever, right? I know people are always long after miracles. Miracles don't last. Miracles are temporary, right? Miracles are definitely temporary. They do not last. I remember my son fell on an escalator, and then he got so many cuts on his two legs because of the fall, about 10 different places, and where he got cut. And then I went and I put my hand on his legs, and I prayed and I commanded the blood to stop and for healing to be really fast. The blood stopped immediately after like 2-3 days. About 2 days, he was completely healed. There was he didn't need no stitches, no nothing. He was like, the blood stopped immediately and he was completely healed. The marks are still on his leg, right? But guess what? That's just a miracle. Will that ensure he will never fall again? No. Will that ensure he will never fall on an escalator again? No. Right? No, the miracle does not ensure this is not going to happen again. But guess what will ensure that it does not happen again? Telling him, when you go in an escalator, you stay in place and then wait until you get to the top and then you walk off. See, that's a principle that my son and anyone else around the world can apply that same principle and ensure that they are not going to fall on an escalator. Why did he fall? Because he was almost up there, he was trying to run up, and then he misstepped and he fell. That's what happened. See, he violated the principle. He needed a miracle. Well, the miracle happened, but the miracle does not ensure you will son, when this is done, you will never fall in an escalator again. Even if you run up the escalator. No, that was a miracle. Miracles was temporary. What lasts is a principle. The principle will stay forever. As long as there are escalators, people going up to the escalator, the same principle apply. If you are just running up and you misstep, you're going to fall. That's it. That's it. If you don't want to fall, it's a clear principle. Stand there, wait until you get up there, and then you step up the floor. You're on your way. If you can do that 100 million times, you're not going to fall. But if you run up, you misstep, you're going to fall. See, that's principles versus miracles. Prayer and fasting, this is about principle. Prayer and fasting is about principle. Learn principles, apply them, go to God. Bring your request, make the time, hear from him, get a plan, get knowledge, get understanding, and then go execute. Those other things that he said will happen, they will happen in your life because they are the result of the principle. Guys, thank you all very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Nashay said, great message. Thank you, Nashay. Let me see. Anyone else? Restore, repair. Yes. God provide. Yes, definitely. Guys, if you haven't claimed your free copy yet, go ahead and do that. Prayer and fasting, seeking God's will for his kingdom. Go ahead and claim your copy of the book and learn all the things that you need to learn about prayer and fasting, all the things that the Bible teaches about prayer and fasting, all my own experiences, and scientific research about fasting. All this is included in the book. Right now, you can get it for free. You're not paying for the book. You're only paying to cover shipping and handling. You're paying so that I can pay the post office to bring you the book. You're paying so that I can have the envelope. I can pay for the envelope to put the book. You're paying so that I can put a little note in there. Like those things that have to do with handling the package, right? And then the shipping of the book. So that's what you are paying for. So I want you guys to do that. Just go to enochdenis.com, and claim your copy. I will officially launch the book on the 28th of this month, and the book will be available on Amazon for $19.99. It'll be available on Amazon for $19.99. But if you get it, enochdenis.com, it will be free for you. So yes. Nashay, did you order yours? If you order yours already, if you order it before, yesterday was Monday, before Monday, it's on the way to you already. Okay. What else? Can you explain the 3-day fasting again? Oh, um, that would require something else. Nisha, you ordered the book. Guess what? All this is explained in the book. Okay? All this is explained in the book. All that is explained in the book. Yeah, so all of that is explained in the book in very great detail. Um, so yeah, okay, so that was it, guys. I really appreciate the time. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your attention. Have a great and wonderful Tuesday evening. May God bless you. May God be with you. I'll see you again next Tuesday. And God loves you. I love you. See you next Tuesday. Bye bye.